too. Let me go back a little bit and talk to you about who I am. I think I mentioned that I am a mom. I'm in my late 30s. I've been doing fitness for almost 20 years. So when I was a kid, honestly, I was a chunky kid, but the miracle of puberty happened, and all of a sudden I was really, really tall and really, really long. As you can probably tell, my arms and legs go on forever. And I was skinny, but I would not call myself healthy. I remember panting for air. I remember being winded after taking a flight of stairs. I remember not being athletic. I remember being afraid of being athletic, to be honest with you. And I was relying on genetics at that point. Some of you out there might relate to this. My dad was 6'3" and 160 pounds. So I come by this body honestly. I come by it because of genetics. I'm really, really long, and my bones are really, really small. But you know what? That doesn't last forever. And my health was not where it should be as a teen. Okay, so I go to college and I'm still on that skinny fat mode. And my friend almost literally dragged me to a step aerobics class one day. Remember step aerobics? Like those of you that are in your late 30s like me, step aerobics, remember that? I fell in love with step aerobics. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so me. And I felt so great afterwards. I was like, oh, that's what this buzz is about. That's why people are coming to the gym. That was at Florida State University Leach Center. So I decided that that was my new thing. And I started going to fitness classes every day. And I just couldn't get enough. A year later, I certified in fitness. So I was certified when I was 19. And then I was teaching group fitness at the Leach Center. Well, my degree was in education. And when I left college, I went on and started teaching school. But even teaching school, I still had to have my group fitness classes, and I had to do the fitness thing. And then a few years later, I also got my personal training, and I got my health coaching and everything. But it was my focus, but it wasn't my day. So here I am spending my whole day educating kids, which I enjoyed and loved every single child. We had so much fun together. But my passion and focus was in what I was doing before and after school, which was helping people with their fitness and nutrition. And so this past year, I decided that I was going to shift over. And so now I get to teach live fitness classes, and I get to spend more time on online coaching, and I get to help more people. Also, you should know in my history that I had diastasis recti from my first pregnancy. So my oldest daughter is almost 9, and I didn't understand what diastasis recti was at the time. What I knew after delivering her was that my body is not going back, and it's not doing what I'm trying to train it to do. And I'm a trainer, and I know this stuff, and what's wrong with me? It was a terrible feeling. And those of you out there who have diastasis recti and you're with me and you understand what I'm talking about, it is emotionally debilitating. It's terrible to feel like you have no control of getting yourself back into shape. What it actually is an injury. So, I carried my babies out like this. I carried them like a big watermelon. And I was a Pilates teacher before I got pregnant, and so my core muscles were like, okay? So when you take core muscles that are super, super tight, super, super strong, and you try to stretch them way out, like, what do you think is going to happen? Boom, right? So my muscles literally, rectus abdominis literally was like this. And then when your muscles are like this and they're not connected, they kind of hang. And so it kind of looked like I was still pregnant. I still got asked if I was still pregnant months after my child was born, and I'm going, this is so frustrating, and I'm trying so hard. I mean, I started exercising and trying to get myself back into shape before my doctor told me I was allowed to. I was trying to get everything to look like me. And so months down the road, as I'm asking people, what is this? Why is my body not going back? Everybody's like, oh, you just had a baby, you're fine. Oh, you just had a baby, you're fine. Don't worry about it. My doctor's, oh, you're fine. Then I read the back page of a fitness magazine that mentions in a little tiny statement that some people have diastasis recti. Make sure you don't have diastasis recti before going back to your core activities. I'm like, what? What is that? So I have to dig, big time dig, research, trying to find out what it is. I finally find Julie Tupler. She is diastasisrehab.com. And she has a book out, Lose Your Mummy Tummy, and she had a video. I'm like, oh, so I'm doing everything completely wrong, right? I'm trying to do the old school abdominals, and my abdominals are like this. They're just going to fall. It's just going to get worse. Okay, so long story short, still a very long story. I had a hernia and severe diastasis recti. I had to have all of that reconstructed a year after the birth of my second child. If you've ever had to go through a serious injury and a serious surgery, that's so hard to get over, right? So the injury itself was debilitating. And then the surgery was beyond anything that I can explain to you. So painful. I've never been in such pain in my life. And unable to stand up straight for 4 months after the surgery, and unable to use those muscles for that long, struggling to walk, to move my body, struggling to do anything for months after that surgery. I thought I was never going to be okay again. In the meantime, a few weeks after I had that surgery, my father passed away. And so emotionally and mentally, it was the hardest time that I'd ever had. And that's when I discovered yoga. Yoga saved my life. In yoga and meditation, I could find balance again. I could find my mind, my body, my spirit, which had been cut off and totally numbed by the trauma that I had just gone through. I was finally able to reconnect, and it was painful, but it helped me heal. And now I can stand up straight, and now 3 years later, I'm finally feeling like myself again. So I understand rehabilitation. I understand coming out of something that was not ideal, and I understand injuries, surgeries, and life happenings that throw us for a loop. So, and I also understand diastasis recti. And so if you are a woman or a man, because men have it also, especially like big bodybuilder men that lift too heavy and stress out their center until it opens, I would love to help you on your own journey with this. So that's a little bit about me. In my next video, I'm going to talk to you about what Team Rockstar is, because I'm a member of that team. And I hope that you'll join me for that video, and we'll talk again soon. Don't forget to send me a message. Let me know who you are. Sign up for my email list. I hope to see you in one of my live classes in Austin or one of my virtual challenges.